Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Early Bird. I'm going to give you my Stanley Cup Finals prediction in this one. Try and keep it to a 5-minute video. Want to go over the schedule with you first. We'll talk about it. It's a bit dragged out, so take a look at this. Okay, the first game is on the 3rd, that's Saturday, and then a 1-day break, and game number 2 would be on the 5th. Then we have a 2-day break, and the game would be on Thursday the 8th. Then another 1-day break, Saturday the 10th. Then take a look at this, a 2-day break for game number 5 if necessary on the 13th. Another 2-day break for game number 6 if necessary on the 16th. There you go, again 2-day break. And then again, before game 7, another 2-day break. And that would be on the 19th. So the season can end June the 19th latest. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-day breaks in the 7-game span if it happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, about this series, what's happened, guys, I'm going to just give you the way I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to give you any logic. Okay, I'll try the best I can to make this make sense. In my head, what it tells me is the last 2 years, Florida's won 100 games. They've won 94. Does that mean Florida's winning the cup? No, it doesn't mean that at all. I look at what's happening with goaltending usually by this point. And right now, Adin Hill over there is starting to look a little human. I'd say, I know we got a shutout last game, but I think anybody in the league could have shut out Dallas last game. Just what I think, really. I mean, they didn't show up. They had no heart, nothing. They just really let their fans down last game, I thought. Hill could be a problem, but Bobrovsky is a problem. Going into the finals, the edge in goaltending absolutely goes to Florida, without a doubt. The best forward in these playoffs, you can look at Stone, you can look at Eichel, you can look at these guys, even the role players like Marchessault. I can go on with, Smith. There's guys I could go on with about that over there. But when you look over at Tkachuk and the way Barkov's starting to really shape up right now, I would give the edge if it just comes to one player that seems to have the magic, and that's Matthew Tkachuk. The edge goes over again to Florida. Now, when it comes to coaching, now that's a tough one, because I would have said long ago that Cassidy's a better coach than Paul Maurice. But I like what I see from Maurice in interviews. I like how he's handled his demeanor. I like how he's kept things light, how he's kept things real without any pressure, which I think is really good. And coaching's kind of a flip script right now. They've both done a great job with these teams, And if you look at blue liners, Peter Angelo kind of leads the pack. I think Ekblad hasn't looked very good. I know, like, many Florida fans probably argue that. Nah, he just hasn't looked that good. They have the rough and tough guy with Gudis. I mean, there's areas we can look at with that. I say you can flip it, kind of. You can flip that. Whoever gets on game 1, jumps on game 1, and grabs the momentum might run with it in this series. Really, game 1's going to be that important. So I think Florida are going to win this series. I think I'm going to go with Florida, if I haven't said it yet, 4-2. I think Florida is going to win in 6 games. And I'm pretty good with picking the finals, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I got to go with the underdog in this one. I just do. I'm cheering them on. And if Vegas looked anything like that team that made the finals their first year in existence, I might be picking Vegas. But it just seems like they've had a free pass the last 2 series. It seems like they've run into teams with no goaltending. They haven't yet been tested by goaltending. And I think Bobrovsky, if he carries on that play into the finals, and I think he will, because I know Vegas fans, it's wishful thinking, Vegas fans, that that they got to him last game. I've heard Vegas fans even say that, he was got to last game because he let in 3 goals. No, that's not what's happened. Carolina never got to him. They believe me. They had like 40 shots. He let in 3 goals. So he was human for a night. He let in 4 even strength goals the last 4 games. They're coming into this series 11-1, their last 12 playoff games, folks. And that one loss was a tight one to Toronto, as we know. So that's where I stand with this one. I got to go with Florida. I honestly believe they're going to win this series. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I know Tampa, I know Vegas could win this series. They could. I just don't think they've been tested by any great goaltending yet. And I think right now Florida has it. And they got that difference maker in Kachuk. I'm just riding that. All right, guys. See you in the next one.